In this tutorial, we'll look at the La-5FN. Starting off outside, we have a landing gear indicator. When it's popped out, it means gear's extended. When it's inside, it means gear's retracted. Coming inside, got a supercharger. Pushing it forward is stage 2, engaged that at 3500 meters. Below that is the oil radiator. Couple of wheels here. First one's the elevator trim, and the one underneath that is the rudder trim. Above that you have the throttle quadrant. Black handles the throttle, and underneath is RPM control. There's the flap control and the flap position indicator. Then near that we have 3 gauges for compressed air, hydraulic pressure, and brake pressure. Moving forward to the main panel, there's the clock, fuel gauge, the landing gear control, the airspeed indicator in kilometers per hour, radio, landing gear position lights, magnetic compass, turn and bank indicator, altimeter, homing indicator, tachometer, oil temperature inbound with the oil pressure and fuel pressure, cylinder head temperature. Underneath we have vertical speed indicator and the manifold pressure. There we've got the landing light, bomb status lights, navigation lights, and the cockpit and instrument lighting. Moving over to the right side of the cockpit, there's a small wheel. This controls your inlet cowl shutters, and these should be open all the time unless you're worried about overcooling. The larger wheel, that controls your outlet cowl shutters. I'm going to close the canopy, ensure the oil radiator is open. RPM will be set to max. If you want to shorten your takeoff roll, you can set your flaps to 15 to 20 degrees. The inlet and outlet shutters will both be open. And if you want a non-boosted takeoff, you'll set the manifold pressure to 700 millimeters of mercury. Otherwise you can go full throttle. You're going to rotate at 190 kilometers per hour, and then we'll get established in a climb at 260 kilometers per hour to 3,000 meters. So we've come to a stop. I'm going to get the canopy closed. All radiator is going to be completely open. RPM set to maximum. Set flaps if you wanted to. Over here we'll make sure our shutters are both open completely, and then we'll be ready to go. So we're going to do a non-boosted takeoff, so I'm going to increase the manifold pressure up to about 700 millimeters of mercury. And then we'll get rolling. You're going to need to use right rudder to keep the La-5 straight in the runway. A little bit of forward pressure if you want to get the tail off the ground. And then once you reach 190 kilometers per hour, add some back pressure and rotate. With a positive rate, bring the landing gear up. Now if you needed to retract the flaps, you'll do so above 220 kilometers per hour. Then you can accelerate to 260 kilometers per hour. And you can max continuous at 1000 millimeters of mercury and 2400 RPM. Initially on downwind, you want to be below 320 kilometers per hour, then you can extend the landing gear. Set the RPM to maximum, and slow down to around 250 kilometers per hour, then you can set the flaps at 20 degrees. During this time you can also adjust the oil radiator shutters as required to maintain your required temperatures. And by the end of downwind, you'll be at around 220 km per hour, and at that point you can begin extending the flaps all the way out. Then you'll do your base to final turn and slow to 200 km per hour. So here we're on downwind below 320 km an hour. You can drop our gear and put the RPM to maximum. As the gear comes down, it's going to make some more drag. We'll slow down below 250, then we can set flaps 20. Maintain the altitude, we'll start slowing down a little bit more. As we get to the end of downwind, we're going to be approaching about 220 km per hour. At that point, we can send the flaps all the way out to full. And we'll begin our base to final turn and slow to 200 km per hour. My aiming point is going to be around the beginning of the runway, so I can adjust the power to hold my airspeed of 200. I'm using my pitch to get that aiming point where I want it to be. It's a nice constant turn all the way around, holding our airspeed well. Start getting close to the runway, you can see our aiming points there. We can begin the round out of the airplane. Cut the power over the threshold, get into a 3-point position, and then we touch down. Then you hold full back pressure and applying brakes, and using rudder to keep straight on the runway. That completes the tutorial video for the La-5FN. If you liked it, let me know by using the like button or leave a comment, and don't forget to be a subscriber while selecting that bell icon so you can see new videos as they're released.